Hi everyone, I welcome you to a new podcast with me, your host Girish. So in today's podcast, we're going to continue talking about impermanence, and today I'm actually going to talk about a Zen story. Okay, a Zen story about impermanence, a story which is quite powerful, but at the same time very sad. So the story is about a lady, a woman who was born very poor. Okay, she was born very poor, and she was born in the slums, in a family which had difficulties to get the basic needs in terms of food and clothing. All right, her name was called Gautami, Kisa Gautami, and with time, she was born in that poor family. She grew up, and then she was at a certain age where she had to get married. And luckily enough, at that time, she thought she was lucky because she got married into a family which was quite well off. So she got married into a family, and she was very happy at that time. But the problem was that there was a stigma which was associated with her. So her in-laws did not welcome her the way they should have. So she went into that family, was not treated well, whether by the husband or the in-laws, and she actually got the respect when she gave birth to a son. Okay, it's only at that time that they started to value her a bit, because she brought a son to the family, and at that time, a son being born in a house was considered to be something extraordinary. All right, so they started to respect her a bit after she gave birth to her son. But what happened is, one day the son died. All right, and that completely broke her as an individual, because she already had a background where she struggled a lot, and now she gave birth to a child, and that child died. So at that point in time, she went crazy, and she took her child in her arms and ran out of the house and started to ask help from all the people she met while she was running. And eventually she did meet a person who suggested that she goes and talk to the monk who sits under the tree in the forest. So she took her child and went to the forest. Okay, and that's where she met the Buddha, and she explained to the Buddha what happened, and she asked Buddha to actually help her to bring her son back to life. Now, Buddha did see her in that state and decided to explain to the woman a certain life lesson which was not that easy to just put in terms of words at that time. So what the Buddha said is, the Buddha asked her to go to a house, and then try to get seeds. Try to get seeds from a specific house, mustard seeds from a house, and in which no person died. So no one in the family should have died. If that's the case, then you could get mustard seeds from that house. So the lady just ran and went to each house in the nearby village and asked and asked and asked and asked. And she kept trying and trying and trying. And finally, she realized that it was impossible. It was impossible to actually go to a house where no one in that family ever died. Okay, and it was just impossible to know someone who never knew of a relative who actually died. So what happened is she got very angry that Buddha tried to fool her, and she went running to the Buddha, still with the son in her arms, overwhelmed with emotions, and went there to actually shout at Buddha and tell him how he's a cheater and all that. And then finally, when she went there, she spat all her venom on Buddha, shouting at him, telling him all the things. And then when she calmed down, she put her son on the ground, and then she uttered the following stanza. Okay, and what she said at that point in time is that she said, "No village law, no law of market town, no law of a single house is this. Of all the world and all the worlds of gods, the only law is that all the things are impermanent." And at that point in time, she was really calm. She realized how everything in life is impermanent. Everything. Nothing stays stagnant. So there's no point trying to hold on to something, even to your close ones, to your loved ones. Everything changes. Nothing's actually yours. Even your body changes. It grows old and it will die at one point. So nothing is actually yours. Everything changes. And at that time, she said those words, and then the Buddha just looked at her, and it is said that there were a few tears that rolled down the cheeks of the Buddha. And in some stories, not the Buddha, but it's the Bodhidharma in the story. And it doesn't matter which version we're talking about. The certain details don't matter that much, but it's the message which is the most important thing here. And the message is about impermanence. And to me, that's a very amazing and very profound, very deep story. Okay, and if we are being struck right now by something, it is the nature of impermanence itself. I mean, we were living our routine life, going out there, doing our thing, going to work, coming back home, and then all of a sudden, we've got that virus, and we are in our house, stuck, and trying to get used to a new routine, to a new pattern. And once again, it's just impermanence. You don't know what kind of twist your life is going to take. Life is so uncertain, okay? And there's no point holding to anything. So that was the whole message of the story. And I can never tell you how much I appreciate that story, because it's so deep and it's sad, but at the same time, it's very deep and very profound and with a great message. Okay, my friends, so I hope to see you very soon. I hope you enjoyed this one. Lots of love from me. Bye-bye. Gurish. Stay safe. Bye-bye.